Hello, guys and gals, and welcome. So today we got some information on when the Vessel of Hatred launch is going to be happening, as well as some other details, and I figured I'd go over it with you guys, and we can talk about it. So what you need to know for Vessel of Hatred's launch. The Grand River gates of Nahatu are waiting, and tortured Nerel drifts further within. I don't care about Nerel. This tormented mortal suffers the seemingly endless machinations of primeval Mephisto, trapped within the Soul Stone. Become the Spirit born and cleanse the jungle's hatred minions with the all-new ferocious clash. A new era of Diablo 4 is upon you, Wanderer. Directly following the events of the main campaign, a new chapter launches you back into the fire, track down the lost Nerel, while the people of Nahatu fighting the hatred-fueled demons spreading through the sacred land. Read on to learn everything you need to know when Vessel of Hatred launches on October 7th at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which is going to be different for every single person. They remind you that it's the last chance to get preload rewards. So if you want to get some of these pre-purchase rewards, you do have to do that before the expansion launches. Most of this stuff, by the way, for those of you who are interested, is all cosmetic. I mean, the mount is cosmetic. The armor for the mount is cosmetic. The pets are all cosmetic. You can get pets without needing these pets. The armor sets they can give you are cosmetic. The wings are cosmetic. The friggin' town portal is cosmetic. And the battle pass and the gold that they're giving you with it, you're paying for. You know, it's part of what you're paying for. So, like, it's not really like something that you have to have. You can totally get away with, just buying the base expansion pack, which is like $40, I believe. Um, there is, however, one that includes Xbox Game Pass, I believe. Yeah, one month of Game Pass Ultimate, which is kind of an interesting deal. That one's not terrible. So here's the launch schedule for Vessel of Hatred, and depending on where you are, it's either going to be October 7th or October 8th, depending on your current time zone. In New York, like where I am, around Eastern Standard Time, it is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. It's going to be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, like if you're over in Irvine, California. If you're down in like South America with Sao Paulo, that's going to be 8 p.m. BRT. And then if you're crossing over the Atlantic here and into the like London, Berlin, Istanbul, you're in the 8th, which means it's going to be launching essentially in the middle of the night. So, like midnight, essentially. I mean, 7 p.m. isn't much different than midnight, especially when you're going to be playing all night anyway. They're pretty much the same thing. I guess you could also always, like, if you're in one of these other places like Seoul, 8 a.m., so we're bright and early in the morning you get to play. Down in Australia, you're looking at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Depending on which part of Australia you're in. So as you can clearly see, these are the different launch times. I'm going to have a live stream up, kind of like marking when the stream is going to happen. There's also the campfire chat coming out October 2nd. I think it's 11 PDT. We'll be going over a lot of like stuff that they changed from the public test realm. Preloading Vessel of Hatred before launch. So this is something that I do recommend for all you guys. You can download the game in advance, and you can save the servers a lot of stress and hassle on launch day by getting this all preloaded in advance. So BattleNet can be preloaded today at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 4 p.m. PST to EST, which is my time zone. So that's going to be around 7 p.m. today. You're going to be able to preload the game. That also means we're probably going to get a lot of like data mine spoilers and things that are going to be coming out today as well, as people get to download the client and start extracting data and trying to figure things out. Now the Xbox and the PlayStation, you will not be able to preload until October 5th, around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Still a couple days before the expansion launches, though. Play the Vessel of Hatred campaign. So this is going over how you can play the Vessel of Hatred campaign. So if you've already played the main campaign, the main storyline, which involves Lilith and Inarius and whatnot, you can skip that and still play the campaign for the expansion, right? So what they're telling us here is that the Vessel of Hatred campaign requires that you have purchased the Vessel of Hatred expansion. To begin, create a new character on either Eternal or Seasonal Realm, and you can select Skip Campaign. if you want your new character to go right to the beginning of the Vessel of Hatred campaign. So if you click the skip campaign button, it will skip the original campaign, but still allow you to do the new expansion campaign, which is probably what most people are looking to do. For those new to Diablo 4, we recommend starting your journey by completing the base game for a full experience before beginning the Vessel of Hatred campaign. However, if you're eager to go immediately to the expansion content, you will need to complete the prologue for the main campaign on one character to unlock the option to skip the main campaign on a newly created character. Vessel of Hatred contents and base game updates. Vessel of Hatred arrives alongside the major updates that will be available to Diablo 4 players, such as systemic changes to leveling, difficulty tiers, Paragon system, and more. To help shed light on all that arrives to the base game and what remains solely within Vessel of Hatred, we have a list of our contents that are specific to both. New base game content available to all players, so this does not require the expansion. New max level of 60, new difficulty system. New Paragon level is max 300. Paragon system changes. Item quality rework, 2 new character slots, new classes, and skills for each class. So they added a bunch of things like the weapon throw ability to the classes and whatnot, which are going to be available for everybody. A new party finder feature, new seasonal content, new season rewards, season journey, battle pass, and reputation board. Things that are only available to the Vessel of Hatred expansion owners. Nahatu region, including dungeons, strongholds, side quests, new Legion events, and Nahatu monster families will not be available unless you have the expansion. The Spiritborn class itself is expansion only. Vessel of Hatred campaign, of course, is expansion only. Nahatu region renown is expansion only. The rune words, the Dark Citadel, the Mercenaries, Kurast Undercity, and trading for Vessel of Hatred specific resources are all going to be locked behind the expansion. Note that any characters which are level 51 and above will be set to level 50 at the start of this update. One of the Nahatu monster families will appear within the new seasonal content. Stay tuned for more details. We also have a lot of information coming. I kind of am hesitant to go over a lot of this stuff right now, but there is some things like the Mercenaries, which we could talk about. The Mercenaries are going to be coming as well, and these are going to be 4 different mercenary types. There is basically what is kind of represented as the Crusader from Diablo 3. It's the shield bearer, and I looked at some of the abilities. It definitely has a lot of the Crusader abilities, and it's going to be a mercenary that you can use. There's also the Varanya, the Berserker Crone. She's a through and through barbarian. This one here is really interesting, the Aldkin, the Cursed Child. I can't really quite pinpoint exactly what this character is. It's kind of like a fire and a shadow character. Transformations, it's kind of like a backline fighter, but also a frontline fighter at the same time, depending on how you set them up. And then we also have the solo Drunken Archer, which is kind of reminiscent of the Diablo 3 Archer, the Demon Hunter. Kind of reminds me of the Demon Hunter a little bit. You can enlist and hire the mercenaries and add them to your party, and you can choose like the path. They actually have skill trees, which is really cool. And you also earn rapport, which is going to give you additional abilities with them, which is really nice. I think the mercenaries look really cool, and I'm hoping that we end up getting a lot more use out of them. They also are adding the Dark Citadel, which is going to have more like team-based components. They talked about like having puzzles and things that require multiple people to solve them. Boss mechanics that require like, interaction, like people actually interacting and like shooting the things back at the boss to make the boss weak, and whatnot, which is really interesting. They also are adding the party finder to the game for those people who have been complaining about it nonstop. I don't really like the party finders, so I probably won't be using it. But for those people who are really, 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 really interested in the party finder, they are adding it into the game. They're also adding the Kurast Undercity, which is kind of like a new multi-stage time attack dungeon. I'm sure we'll learn more about that in the future. And there definitely is some interesting things that are coming in the expansion, and we're going to have a lot of time to go over some of this stuff. Rune words, I can speak a little bit about rune words. I'm sure there's going to be changes to them. Basically, the rune words are composed of two pieces. One is the kind of like the rune word that actually has the power, like the actual power that does something, right? And then the second rune word is the like way that you're going to access that power. And it changes dramatically depending on like how you set these up. And I think a lot of people are going to be really enamored with how they work. I'm really enamored. I can give you some examples right off the top of my head. Like, for instance, there's one that allows you to summon a wolf. Well, if you meet the minimum requirements, you summon one wolf and he stays for about 8 seconds and he disappears. If you overflow, or I can't remember the exact term they used. I think it was overflow. Basically feed more resource into it than what is required. You can summon like 10 wolves at one time, which is pretty crazy, and they all pop out at the same time and they seem pretty angry. Um, how you charge the ability, like what you're doing, how much you apply to it, how quickly you're able to refresh it. Everything comes into play here to like make these rune words into something that's special for your character. And I've done everything from made automated earthquake barbarians to freaking rogues that drop thousands of stun grenades and all sorts of fun stuff with these rune words. And I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy them. I'm hoping that they augment them and tweak them a little bit more for the new season. After PTR, there's a lot of feedback, so I'm sure we're going to get some changes to them. But overall, I was very impressed with them. There also is some new cosmetics. Those are some of the new cosmetics there. For those intrepid group of wanderers who managed to best the challenge, first Khazra riddled halls of Dark Citadel, glorious prizes await. From October 8th to November 8th, if you manage to complete the Dark Citadel, you will earn the Reigns of Longfur Beast, formidable cat mount to mark your prowess, alongside the weekly reward cache to mark your prowess. Don't forget to leverage the new party finder to help find other like-minded players. They also have Twitch drops. So there's going to be a bunch of new Twitch drops that are coming, 4 weeks of Twitch drops, and they do have a blog post on those. There's going to be a bunch of new, like for instance, this one is the Sorceress and the Necromancer. They also have week 2 is the Barbarian drops with a crazy looking helmet and an axe. The Rogue also gets a crazy looking helmet and a bow. The Druid gets I guess that's a staff. Druid all stuff always looks so weird. And there's also a support a streamer event going on as well. So from October 8th, 10 a.m. PDT to November 5th, you can also show your support to streamers by purchasing or gifting their channel with Twitch subscriptions of any tier. Purchasing or gifting 2 subscriptions will earn you the Brilliant Ghost Conquered mount. And my channel will be available for this, by the way. Basically, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as I have everything set up properly, and I will, all you guys got to do is watch the stream for these. And if you do give gift subs during the launch between these dates, you will also get access to the Ghost mount. It does look pretty cool. And then purchasing or gifting 4 Twitch subscription will grant you the armor of the Victor mount, which looks really cool. Actually, that does look pretty good. And a lot of like Act 3 related stuff here. Twitch drops frequently asked questions. Do I need to own the edition of Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred to receive the Twitch drops? No, owning an edition of Diablo 4 or Vessel of Hatred is not required to gain progress toward earning the Twitch drops. How do I link my Battle.net to my Twitch account? Sign into your Battle.net account here and click the connect link for Twitch, and then follow the instructions to sign in and link your account to Battle.net. What devices can I use to earn and claim drops? You can earn and claim drops using your PC, Mac, web browser, or Twitch Android app, Android or iOS. So as long as you're watching and you're logged in, you're going to gain, like time toward earning the drops. Do I need to watch the same channel the entire time to earn my drops? No, you don't. You can earn progress from watching any eligible creator or Diablo 4 category on Twitch, so it doesn't really matter. And to show you guys that I am set up for drops, I can give you a peek into my window here. This is my drops page. And as you can see here, enable drops right there. When turned on, your files will be alerted to have a chance to earn in-game loot. And Diablo 4 should be on the list here soon. I guess they haven't added it to the window yet, but that's perfectly fine. It will be added eventually. Basically, any of these games, doesn't matter what it is, as long as you are playing that particular game and you're watching that person play that game, then you're good. You know, like I have to be playing it and you have to be watching. That's how the drops work. Will I receive my Twitch drops in game automatically? No, you have to claim them. So you have to go through the drops menu and you have to actually claim them. Do Twitch drop rewards expire? Earned Twitch rewards will expire 7 days after they've been claimed if Battle.net account has not been linked. As a streamer, how do I get drops on my channel? I just showed you. I already have that set up. The support a streamer thing used to be something you had to apply for, but now it's just anybody who's streaming Diablo 4. Um, do, 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 do. So as you can see, it's open to any partners or affiliates. You do have to be a partner of affiliate because you can't give sub to people who are not partners or affiliates. So that is a requirement. Moving on. We also have the campfire chat coming up on the 2nd. So for those of you who don't know, we're definitely going to be going over this. So there's going to be a pre-launch live stream on October 2nd. We're going to be getting a bunch of information from this. A lot more than probably previous streams. They said something they had like 13 developers on like task that day to come in and talk about various things that they're going to be changing. And this is not just like, hey, a pre-launch live stream for Diablo 4 Festival of Hatred. They're also going to be going over a lot of stuff that they learned from the PTR. So as you can see here, it's going to be going over the learnings from our PTR and answering questions from players. When they did the public test realm wasn't really in the best condition, but I am hopeful that they have learned a lot from the public test realm and the community feedback and will make the appropriate changes to fix the problems that they created within the new version of the game. I'm actually really excited to see what they've got coming up, what kind of changes. They did also say that there's going to be patch notes. I do have a post from Adam Fletcher saying that they will be patch notes coming for the directly after the stream, basically. They do this a lot, by the way. And let me see if I can find that real quick just to show you. Okay, here we go. So this is the post that he made on, what is this? I don't even know what day it was, but he's talking about the October 2nd pre-launch stream. And down here in the comments, somebody asked, when do we get patch notes? And after the stream. So we're going to be getting patch notes after this stream, so definitely stay after the campfire chat, because we're going to be going over the patch notes, talking about all the potential changes that they're going to be making to Diablo 2. And at that point, we can start doing theory crafts and all sorts of other beautiful things. So we are getting closer and closer, and we are definitely getting some neat stuff. I would definitely keep your eyes open if you're interested in that kind of thing for the data mines, because once the preload starts at 10 o'clock today, or 7 o'clock today, wasn't that 7 p.m. Eastern Standard? Once the preload starts today at around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, we are definitely going to be getting a lot of Doojanks. Patch notes. Can't wait till we get the patch notes. But as it says right here, preload starts September 30th at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that is, of course, for PST to EST is, of course, 7. So we're looking at, what, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5, 6, 6 to 7. So about 4 hours from now is when the preloads will begin for PC. And that's about also when people will start taking a look at the data commits and stuff like that, trying to figure out what they can from, like going through the files. I would expect a lot of leaked information to be popping up. If you don't want the leaked information to be, to be on your eyes, you might want to like close your eyes and not look at all the stuff popping up all over the internet, because it's going to start relatively quickly after the download begins. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date on like when the game is launching and so forth and so on. There will be a live stream scheduled later. Well, maybe even before this video goes up, we'll see. But I'm going to schedule a video for the actual launch day. So it's going to be October 7th, probably around, like, I'll probably do it like an hour or two before the actual launch. So maybe like 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then, we'll hang out and chat as we're waiting for the launch to start. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos. Be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button if you enjoy the content. And as always, keep watching.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes, Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Ginger Evil Mentor here. Why bother farming when you can go to MMOEXP.com and simply purchase your items in gold? GGM would have you farm the items. What a pathetic being. Use code GEM Ginger Evil Mentor for 6% off your entire purchase.